me and my family. Yeah.
That's fun. I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah, it's really cool because you could do it and just be done with it.
All right, Evan, Chrissy, Long Island, Andrea. Oh, Ferris is here. Is that Ferris from Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Hi, G.
We got,
hi, Charlie.
We got Vic. We got G.
Chrissy. Joelle.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it scared me. Is that Matt up there?
There's Julian.
What's up, Matt?
Oh, there's Matt.
Julian.
Evan.
Kat.
Chrissy.
Are you letting them all in at the same time or just one at a time? Emily's out tonight, so but please bear with us. We got somebody new in the house. Emily told him how to do it over the phone. We don't know. I'm looking over at him. It doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing, but you know, I think he's letting everybody in one at a time instead of hitting the let everybody in all at once button. He found it. Good news. Good news.
No pressure, Chuck.
Pressure Chuck. Chuck works best under pressure. So how's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, yeah. How do
Chuck, open up the chat so we can see that. Thanks, brother.
Do you know how to do that?
Just click on the chat on the screen here.
No, I don't know if that's how you do it, though, to make it wide.
Don't you ever talk back to me. I was waiting until it worked before I was a smart ass.
Yeah.
What? Madam, hey, buddy. Ferris, Katie, Matt, I still haven't sent out the doll.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to do that
What?
today. I'm sorry. I can't let
Wow.
it go. I can't let it go, my brother. I've just another couple days. I'll clean it up and send it out to you.
Yeah, that's like a major
party foul.
I don't know what to, listen, I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie. It's a little used. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No.
Nasty.
I'll clean the icing off and I'll send it out.
How many of the people are shaking their head? I saw Julian. Julian was like, what?
Julian's right there with
me.
me.
Going on with Shane? We don't know. And I think this is the part where I let everybody know or remind everybody or maybe even give a disclaimer.
Yeah.
That things that Shane says, number one, does not represent the Hopeaholics as a whole.
Or the truth sometimes.
Majority of the time.
Majority of the time.
Shane is also from Canada. So that says everything.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Are we good?
That's enough.
Is that enough with the disclaimers?
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you, Kat, iPhone, Ferris, Adrian, Leon. Hi, everybody. Welcome.
I'm curious if that is Ferris Bueller on there.
I think it's spelled. Is it spelled the same way?
Yeah. Is that Ferris Bueller? Ferris, can you turn on your camera? Because I'm wondering if...
Chrissy, how you doing? Good.
Yay.
Wouldn't that be
Glad
funny
you're here, Chrissy.
If it was Ferris Bueller? Like the
Dude,
actual...
it's not.
Okay, all right.
I invited him. It's Ferris Bueller.
I like this girl. All right. Thank you guys, as always, for
Hi, Joelle.
coming and hanging out with us on a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Forgive me. I am a tad bit tired.
No,
Were you?
No, you're not.
Why'd you step so
But
late?
I'm on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guys, welcome to the Recover Out Loud Tuesday meeting. Again, this is my home group, man. This is where I am every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also wanted to just I can't not open the meeting without reminding everybody the reason why the Hopeaholics podcast exists. And the reason why we exist is because on 9/11 of 2022, I got a phone call from my 21-year-old daughter screaming. And she had just found the love of her life, her fiance, Justin, dead from fentanyl, you know? And it changed the trajectory of all of our lives that sit in this room right now. You know, and we decided that we were going to recover out loud. We decided that we were going to, I decided that I was going to do this podcast because God put it on my heart. And he said, you know what, you need to go out and be the voice for the people who have lost their lives to this disease and to offer hope to people that are, you know, out here struggling. You know, we do recover. That is the one thing that is the hope that we want to offer here, you know, tonight, is that addicts do get clean and we can live lives beyond our wildest dreams, you know? And, yeah, man, I just appreciate you all showing up. Natalie, Shane, you guys got anything before we, jump in?
I think you've bored them enough.
Thanks.
I love you, buddy.
No, and just
I was joking.
Just to piggyback is breaking the stigma of alcohol and substance abuse, where, you know,
and mental health.
And mental health.
Yeah.
I mean, they all coincide.
They all coincide together.
And also that this is not your traditional AA meeting. So whatever everybody does on their own time to maintain their own personal sobriety, keep doing that.
And I just want to
add the cherry on top.
I just want to say, with great pain, great family pain, not only what Chad went through with his daughter, but what other people are also going through in their lives, that this is an example of how you can turn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm a real believer in taking your pain and turning it into your purpose, man.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't something that I would have done
ever.
I wouldn't have done this.
Never.
It wasn't on my agenda.
Never even a conversation.
Nope.
Not even a talk. Who would even think about it?
But I know what it feels like to lose somebody, and I you know, I say my son-in-law, but this kid was like a son to me. You know, he lived at my house.
Garbage on Thursdays.
Garbage every Thursday. Took it out. I mean, it's a huge loss, a huge hole.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to show people that you can hurt, and you can still get up, and you can make a difference.
Yeah, man.
You know, and his name will not be in vain. You know, his death will not be in vain.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said this on the podcast, on a traditional podcast the other day. Justin would have, and this is, he was such a kind soul. He would have gladly given up his life to save all the lives that have been saved because of this podcast. You know, and I have to tell you guys, we get DMs every single day of people saying, "Hey, I listened to your podcast for 7 days straight, and I got sober."
Yeah.
You know,
it's crazy.
It is.
It's true. It's crazy. I don't understand it, but it's a miracle.
Yeah. So, anyways, we thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We're not going to talk anymore. We're going to turn it over to our wonderful guest, Belle. She's going to share her experience, strength, and hope for about 20, 25 minutes. Justin's got the... Joel. Justin's my son-in-law. Joel's got the timer. So let's go. Belle, you're up.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. I'm super grateful to be in this setting with you guys. I've never done something like this before. I've, of course, shared in-person meetings, and I feel really blessed that you guys have me be a part of this today. And I just want to say to any of the newcomers that are sitting in this meeting right now, welcome, and I'm so happy you're here. You still have air in your lungs, which means we still have a fighting chance, and that is truly all that matters, is the here and now and what you do today that will trickle into tomorrow. So I just wanted to welcome you guys. So my name's Belle. I have a sobriety date of March 11th, 2015, which blows my mind like every single day. I was definitely of the hopeless type. I grew up in Wisconsin. We say bag. I think you do too. From Canada. Yeah. We got a lot of weird Canadian stuff in us.
Love cheese.
Yeah.
A lot. Too much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I love Wisconsin. A buddy played hockey there, University of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Good hockey.
Good hockey.
Go Badgers.
Good sports. Go
Speaking
Packers.
of cheese, you have cheese on your beard. Get it together.
He did that for me. So I'm from Wisconsin. I grew up in a family of like drinkers. You know, we always were celebrating something, big family. Drinking was very normal. I knew that drinking was going to be a part of my life at a very young age. I remember like stealing cigarettes and at like 10 from my aunt and like pretending to drink out of like a Sprite soda bottle and literally smoking the cigarettes. And just knowing that my life was going to be just what it was growing up. And so fast forward to high school. So this is the catalyst in my addiction. Even though I was always a manipulator, I was a liar. Even before I took the substance in my body, I was doing things that gave me instant gratification, chasing boys around middle school. I had like a long-term boyfriend in middle school, which is weird. I had all of these characteristics that we see within our population. And when I was 16, my boyfriend got killed by a drunk driver. And so I was devastated, and that turned my whole world upside down. And from that moment on, I was seeking anything to make me feel better. I remember my parents trying to put me in therapy, telling me and the therapist trying to like work with me. And I basically told everyone can I swear in here?
Yeah.
I basically told everyone to fuck off and that you don't know what it feels like to lose your boyfriend and basically to leave me alone. And from that moment on, I became the victim of my circumstance, and I started to drink very heavily. I started to use that situation to manipulate my parents and let me go out on a Tuesday night and not come home till the next morning. I, of course, lied and said I was going to a friend's house, but instead I was going down to UW Milwaukee and drinking with a bunch of college kids. And that just sped up what I was always meant to be, was an alcoholic that I saw at a very young age. And I started chasing boys to, make me feel better and find that love that I lost within. His name was Clint. Find that love that I lost within him. And I became a full-blown alcoholic at 18 years old. I was in a very terrible relationship. It was very emotionally abusive, a little physical, and I lost everything in that by the time I was 18, in the sense of like emotionally, I was nothing of what I once was. I had no confidence, no self-esteem. All I wanted to do was drink. And that boyfriend broke up with me, and my whole world crumbled again. And I started, let's see. I mean, I feel like a lot of our stories are so similar in the sense that we did all of these things. Like, I started having consequences of my drinking, and those consequences looked like getting pancreatitis and being in the hospital for 3 weeks, almost being put on a feeding tube, and the doctors telling me that I wasn't going to live to see 30. And in that moment, I was 22 at the time. I was so happy that the doctors told me that I would only live to 30 if I continued drinking, because it felt like there was a way out for me, and it felt like 8 years, I could hold on for 8 more years before I died. And like, for any normal person that doesn't have the ism like we do, that news would be very like eye-opening. Like, maybe I should stop drinking. But I truly, truly could not stop drinking. And I had the DUI. I went to jail. My parents thought jail would fix me. Jail didn't. And eventually I was so broken down that I was willing to try something different. And that different was being willing to do detox only. And in detox only 7 days, I had an epiphany. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was on day 3. And they were telling us like the difference between like a binge drinker, an everyday drinker, and an alcoholic, and that all this like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I was even drinking. That was so silly. That was dumb. I was like, okay, I'm going to leave here. I'm just going to live a normal life. And my mom told me prior to going into detox, she said, you just need to learn how to drink beer only. And it says this in the big book, like we switched from scotch to brandy and this to that, and failed every time. And so I left detox and I started drinking beer only in front of people. And in the closet or behind closed doors or in the bathroom of wherever we were, I had a water bottle full of vodka. And so obviously that didn't work. And I will tell you, I went to 20 detoxes only. And it just showed there that I wasn't willing to do something different. I was willing to do it my way, and I wasn't willing to surrender to the help that I needed. And so eventually the tipping point to full surrender, my parents kicked me out of the house, and I could not believe it. I could not believe me, like your only daughter, you would kick me out of the house. And so I ended up, that night I rode my bike around the city of Milwaukee, and it was very cold, and I ended up going to a bar and drinking a lot and blacking out and waking up basically at the police station, and the paramedics found me passed out in the middle of the road at 4 a.m. And took me to the police station and called my dad. And they came to get me, and they said that you have a choice. You can either continue drinking and be homeless, or you can go to treatment. And I kind of fast forward through all of this because I do want to talk about like the hope piece, which I think is so important. So I did previous to this last time, I went to treatment in Florida, Illinois, Wisconsin, and then California 2 other times. So this was going to be my 3rd time in California. And so I was so broken and beaten down at that point. I had no idea, like, my mom like could not stand me. And I said, okay, I'm willing to go to treatment. And she said, okay, pack your bags as if you're not coming back. And so that was really hard for me, because at that point, my own mother did not like really want anything to do with me. And that broke my heart. She told me that, you know, she always like dreamed of a mother-daughter relationship, and we have nothing of the sorts, and that basically it's my fault that I've like robbed that from her and from myself. And so I ended up going out to California for the last time on March 11th, 2015, and I had zero hope. I did this so many times and just burned my life to the ground every single time that I was coming out to California on my parents' hope that I would get sober. And so I was in treatment for 76 days, and I cried every single day in treatment. They had me in like this like special ed group because I was in it with one other person. I don't know what it was. I'm not really sure. I still haven't figured it out, but it was like a very intimate, it was just me and this other girl, and we were very unwell. I couldn't even read. I couldn't like have a conversation with people. I was like, I truly thought I had wet brain. And in treatment, I would call my mom and I would try to apologize to her. And she would say, "Why are you calling me? I don't want to talk to you." And that like killed me. And I think in my addiction, I did so many awful things, which I skimmed over. But like for a bottle of alcohol, I would push my mom down the stairs. I ripped out her hair. I kicked her. I like physically fought her. I went to jail for domestic violence. I became a very violent person when someone tried to take my oxygen, alcohol away from me. And I think what was so hard, and we get so stuck in this shame cycle when we're in our addiction, and I see it all the time. I work with addicts and alcoholics every day, and I see how we get stuck in our addiction is like, after I would push my mom down the stairs, I would like wake up and I would start to sober up, and I couldn't even like, I hated the person I was. I couldn't fathom that I would do such a thing. And so I'd have to keep drinking, and I literally couldn't stop unless I was physically removed from it and like in a safe place for a period of time where I could start to process things and realize that I'm not what I did in my disease. And that like I was a very sick person and I have an opportunity to be better. And like, fast forward to treatment. So where is the time? Okay, 7 minutes. Fast forward. So I was in there for 76 days, and I didn't know how the hell I was going to stay sober because I did this dance so many times. And I hear people often say, I've went to treatment so many times. And it's like, you never know when that time's going to be, because I truly didn't know that would be the last time I drank. And so I fully surrendered. I did what people told me to do. The people in treatment said, go to aftercare. I said, okay, instead of telling them to fuck off. And so I went to aftercare, and I went to sober living, and I saw this girl with purple hair coming to my sober living house and sitting at a table with my first friend in Orange County. And this friend was on fire for her recovery, and it made it very attractive. So she started taking me to meetings, and in early sobriety, I went to a meeting 3 times a day because I had nothing else to do. And it started to become fun, and it started to become this community of people I didn't know I had. And I started working the steps, and I started realizing that like I can do a living amends, and the best thing to make up for pushing my mom down the stairs and ripping out her hair is to stay sober one day at a time. And I want to I want to talk about like how my life changed when I didn't think it would. I was still stealing from Target when I had 4 months sober, and like those character defects, they take some time to go away. And like I was stealing and then telling it myself, and I was able to like change those patterns and change those behaviors and break those patterns. And the thing about, so when I had a year sober, I was still boy crazy. So I did not listen to my sponsor, and I did nothing perfect in my entire sobriety other than not pick up a drink or a drug, which is the most important thing. And I got in a lot of pain because of my choices to not listen to people who have walked before me. And I had no emotional sobriety at a year sober, but I learned over the past years that how to get that through experience. As long as we don't pick up, no matter what, we're going to learn and we're going to change behaviors. And I think the most important thing that I've realized when you're sober, that life still shows up, and that so I started dating this guy when I had 3 years and he had 2 years, and we worked together. And he was a case manager, and I worked in treatment with him, and we dated for 3.5 years, and I found him dead on the floor in my kitchen. And he relapsed on and off throughout that that time, and the first person I called was 911, and the second person I called was my best friend Shayla, and I met her in the program in this community, and this was at 5:40 a.m. and she answered, and she was over to my house, and my sponsor was at my house, and they that's what I love about this community, and what I think is so important is that life is going to happen. We're going to lose people. Grief sucks. Losing people sucks, especially in that way. And like, there's no like handbook on how to get through something like that. But I think when this community comes together and they hold up a person who is walking through one of the most traumatic parts of life, that is truly what it's about. And like, we can stay sober through anything together. And so I'm so sorry to hear about Justin. That's like, my heart breaks for the families that walk through that. And I think that I always share Eric's story because I think that it will help someone else. Like, I at that time knew he was getting loaded, and you don't know the right or wrong thing to do, and especially when you're that close to it, it's like there is no right or wrong thing to do. And I often think, like, of course, if we had a crystal ball and I told him he was going to die tomorrow, like, he wouldn't have used. But that's what's so tricky about our position, is that we always think that it's not going to happen to us. And that's why I stress so heavily the importance of, like, if you still have air in your lungs, you are so lucky, and there is such an opportunity and so much life left. Like, I feel like I've lived 3 lives, and this has been the best life so far. And so, what time? Oh, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay. So I feel like, just, I guess, my best advice to, like, the newcomer is to never stop trying. And that stupid saying, "this too shall pass," like, is so true. Like, if you just call another alcoholic, call someone, and see how you can be of service, it always makes you feel better at the end of the day. I know for me, like, that always makes me feel better, and life is still going to happen. But it's just about, building that unbreakable foundation so that when life does happen, we have those pillars and that support to be able to walk through it. Yeah, and I guess that's all I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Yeah.
That's how I was feeling. Man, look at her. No offense. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't look like she's that bad.
No,
I don't mean bad in a bad way. I mean,
not me. I'm like, that's
Really?
my type of gal. Yeah,
No,
because
as she started talking,
we're really good at masking it.
Yeah.
We've become experts.
Wow.
That's like our thing, is to, I'm good. I'm totally good. I have it together. And meanwhile, we're literally slowly dying inside. So, like, but that's the disease at its finest, is that it doesn't matter. It's not the stereotypical, what we've continuously heard at many realms of life. It's like, it's not just this person that is homeless under a bridge.
Yeah.
It's like all walks.
Like, that's part of the stigma is people think that an addict is just the homeless person on the street.
That doesn't come from a good family or something.
But you know what? A lot of those people that are on the streets, they do come from really good families. And that was something that, like, Natalie and I were talking about yesterday with the group of people, is like, an addict is you. An addict is me. An addict is a brother, a sister, a mother.
Your neighbor. Your classmate.
Friend.
Your doctor.
Your doctor. Totally.
Oh man, the guy that hosted
yeah.
the event was a straight up doctor, drug addict. He was. They made a movie after him.
Oh yeah, the
Dope Sick.
Yeah, Dope Sick.
Amazing share.
Yeah.
And sorry to hear about your loss
Yeah.
as well. And you know, the reality today, and you know, I've been around the program a long time. All I've ever done my whole entire life is work in treatment. I don't really know anything else except for like I have 3 years of personal training before that, which was like I was like 22, 23, 24, and then I started working in treatment, and you know, it's been like almost 25 years for me, so it's literally like all I know. And we used to say in you know, I'm a Narcotics Anonymous guy. That's where I got my foundation. That's where you know, it's the language that I typically speak when I'm speaking. But my point is when I first started going to meetings back in 1996, the 1900s, guys, they used to say, you know, if you relapse, you know, we hope to see you back. It's not even a joke anymore. I get scared as a treatment center owner to like get fentanyl addicts sober, because if I get them sober for 30, 60, 90 days and they relapse, it's like pray that they make it back.
Yeah.
You know, and it's no joke. You know, relapse is a part of a lot of stories. It's a part of my story.
My story.
You know, and I don't think that I would be alive
Oh, no. No.
if I was getting loaded today.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I would bet everything on it. We would be dead.
You know, that's the kind of drug addict I am. I mean, I go straight. I'm sick. I am when they talk about the stage 4 alcoholic in the Alcoholics Anonymous book, that is me. That is my addiction. I am stage 4. I am near death. And I've been clean for a long time and relapsed. And it is chronic, it is progressive. And if left untreated, it's fatal.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. So, you know, and it's not boring, man. You don't seem like a boring person.
I have so much fun. I'm wild and have a good time. Just a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to remember it.
Yeah.
Which is even better.
Yeah.
And
Like,
that's the
I'm way
thing.
more fun, this guy, than...
Yeah, because you're not stealing from people. Like, people want you around.
Or
Like, that's
passed
the
out.
thing.
I'm not working for the CIA,
Yeah.
and you guys aren't FBI agents.
Exactly.
You know, all that
You're
shit
not
ain't
picking
happening.
apart your car. Nothing's there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, everything is running and good.
Hey, I will tell you, back in the 90s, though, you guys, I was a VCR repairman.
No, you weren't. You weren't. I hate
Do
to
we
break
not
it.
have any meth addicts from
I hate
back
to
in
break
the
it to
day?
you.
VCR?
Not good.
Nobody knows? Okay.
Because if you have multiple, clearly they're not coming back to get it because it doesn't work anymore. That's what I would tell my brother. I'm like, bro, you're not good. You're breaking this shit. Like, stop.
All right. We got some hands raised. I think most of the people don't even know what a VCR is anymore.
Totally. So we just did our age.
Yeah.
But what I loved about your story is the hope. You walked through a lot of stuff, a lot of pain, and a lot of misery while you were sober. And what happened? You stayed sober. And that's the beautiful gifts of this program, is that we're able to deal with the trials and tribulations that life throws at us, because Lord knows life happens, and you were able to stay sober and walk through that. And then now share that experience to all of us and to everybody that is here tonight. And that's what I think it's all about.
All right, guys, we're gonna open it up for sharing. Just remember, you have 3 minutes. You'll hear a timer go off at 3 minutes. We'll give you about 15 seconds to wrap it up, and then we just mute you.
So don't be upset.
Yes. It's on you now, Emily. Emily?
Emily? I'm just kidding. I can't see the first.
The guy, you got to put the mouse over the. Yeah,
There you go. It's Zoom
Zoom
user.
user
There
is
you
his
go.
name. Yep.
Oh, you did? Yeah, we'll do Vic next. Okay, Vic, you're next.
All right.
Oh,
Hey,
wait.
can you hear me?
Vic,
Oh,
you're up.
Vic, you're up.
Vic, you're up.
Zoom user, you're
Oh,
next.
no.
Oh, wait.
Dang it.
Yeah.
My bad.
What's happening here?
I don't know.
We'll do
Me
Vic.
neither.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Hey guys, I'm Vic. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Vic.
Vic.
Hey, awesome share. So, I've been a paramedic for little over 20 years. I've shared this before. Initially in recovery, the stigma was talking about stigmas, not only as a healthcare provider, but as a man. Like we're burdened with having to not show emotion, and we just keep on keeping on. That whole like things aren't supposed to like bother us. And I think that's super detrimental to, to everyone. But when I talk to friends in my field of work, it just sucks because it's hard to like show your emotions or to express that you're vulnerable. Um, when I was a kid in high school, I to backtrack before that. So I was abused when I was a kid. I don't come from a very great family, and I didn't develop good coping skills. So fast forward in high school, I lost a really good friend. He killed himself. I can even remember the ligature marks on his neck. Um, that was a turning point for me because it was not only was it very traumatic that I had to carry with me for a long period of time, but that was the time that I decided that I wanted to do something for people to serve my community. I just didn't have good coping skills. So to fast forward, when I started working on an ambulance, because I didn't have good coping skills and because I wasn't allowed to show vulnerability, it was very detrimental to me because overall, like there's an underneath surface problem that leads to our ism, right? It's something going on inside of us. So I coped wrong and I just drank all the time. And every time I came across an incident that reminded me of my friend or my childhood abuse, it was just horrible. Um, Life was not fun. So moving forward, um, when I started, when things were getting really rocky, and I had acquired my last DUI, I have two. My last one was my rock bottom. So I knew, however, that I needed to develop better coping skills. So it allowed me to deal better with life and to be at work, seeing trauma on a daily basis, but having those tools, not only with the principles though that I acquired through the program, but to function every day and to move forward. And with that, I'll wrap it up. And with that though, I'm about 6 days away from completing nursing school, so I'm super happy
Amazing.
about that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thanks. So yeah, I definitely can relate to your story totally. So thank you for letting me share.
Thanks, Vic.
Thanks, Vic.
Thanks,
Nursing
Vic.
school is no joke.
I know. Good for
Vic's
you.
a smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker. Good for you, Vic. We're happy for you, man.
Zoom user.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? So I'm trying to figure out how to change my name in there, but my name's Matt.
Hey, man.
Matt.
Nice to meet you, brother.
What's up, guys? Yeah, of course. So talk about similarities. I'm in a coffee shop, so I was like, I'm still shameful. I don't want people to I'm like, get the fuck out of there. But similarities. I marked or noted 15
Wow.
similarities of our stories. So I'll rifle through a few of them, and I'm sure a lot of people can like relate to it. But started young, surrounded by addicts, severe denial, multiple detoxes, trying different types of alcohol. For me, it was also different substances. I'm 6 months clean off of my relapse.
Nice.
Fortunately, unfortunately, relapse is a part of my story. I got into fentanyl after being an alcoholic and benzo user. But I also feel, and I'm trying to be better at not feeling it, but feeling severe shame. Drinking from dusk till dawn and on and on. I like that one. I'll reference back to that. And then we finally surrendered to the process, did unspeakable things, very codependent. I maybe made that assumption about you, but it seems like something I heard. Almost white knuckling sobriety through the first year. I had a year sober, and in the winter I had severe dysphoria. I didn't know what that was. Nothing was right. And that's what led to my relapse. Also lost a significant other in multiple ways. One is still, I said it last week, is going through severe addiction with fentanyl, and I mean, completely lost her, and she hasn't passed away, but seems like she's on the brink, and there's nothing I can do. It's like heartbreaking to see that. You know, found recovery and its community beautiful, sharing your story every chance you get, and giving back. I'm able to, and I have been for the past 3 months. I volunteer at one of the local recovery centers out here and help with whatever they need twice a week, today and Thursday. So I just thought it was crazy because when you said that we probably could share a lot of similarities, I was like, I'm going to note a bunch of this shit and see how similar we really are. And, you know, it's insane. So great share. I'm very impressed with your sobriety. It's very not easy. We've all been through the depths of hell and back. And this is the only place where, you know, you can be celebrated for what people think we should have been doing first and foremost, you know, the whole time. Being members of, you know, being productive, being fucking members of the community. But it's weird, like from 1 to 1,000,000, like right when I get anything, like it's over. And it's weird. I can't explain it. I don't understand. People drink like a gentleman, this, that, and the other. I can't do that. So thank you, everybody. Good
Thanks,
share.
Matt.
Thanks,
Love
Matt.
that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I really liked
Tell
about
us.
your share is the fact that you've picked out focusing on the similarities. You know, that's one of the things they say in you know, in a 12-step program is, you know, focus on the similarities, not the differences. You know, listen for the things that you can relate to with the person. You know, don't shoot the messenger.
I like
right?
Matt too. So he has something.
Yeah,
he has something. There's something about him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a good.
I really enjoy his.
Yeah,
share.
so did I.
I
Not
enjoyed
that
the
we don't
share
enjoy
last
the
week,
others,
too.
but you know.
I want to do something just to like get the chat rolling a little bit because while you guys are listening to the next speaker, man, I'm curious where everybody is from. So just bam, put your city and state.
Yeah.
I want to
Matt-
say one thing to Matt
Yeah.
because I did notice off of one thing because you said something like shameful about like you only have 6 months right now because you relapsed.
Right.
There's nothing to be shameful about it because we made it back. We made it back because there's relapse in our story as well. If anything, I'm so grateful and more power to you because you're watching firsthand by a loved one that hasn't made it back. So if anything, it's like, damn, we are the lucky ones because we did crawl our ass back into the program to try and grasp this thing that we're all doing a day at a time. So if anything, I think that's a amazing accomplishment and nothing to be shameful about.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I really appreciate you guys and what you guys do. It's so cool. You guys are all super awesome, and you know, just love it. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's hard. Shame's hard, but you know,
No, for sure.
right.
And that's
you know,
what
I'm trying
and
to
that's-
figure it out.
Yeah, and that's why I love this meeting and I love all you guys for showing up because that's what it's about. It's about because I struggle with it all the time and that's why I'm lucky to be able to voice it now is like there's no shame in our recovery. There's shame in staying in our disease and doing nothing about it. That's where the shame should lie, is being in our disease and being destructive.
And I have to tell you guys, man,
1000%.
addicts and alcoholics are taking over the world, man. There is, I will say that there are more people in recovery now than there are in their disease. You know, we are a very big, strong community, and you know, you never know where life is going to take you, where this life is going to take you, or who you're going to meet, and who you're going to find out is in recovery. Like, there has been some people that I've met in my life where I'm like, holy crap, you were an addict too? And this is what you're doing with your life? Like, we are unstoppable. So I want you guys to all believe in yourself and believe that about yourselves, that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. We truly have a gift and a superpower that others don't. Normal people haven't gone through what we've gone through. This is getting clean and sober and living a normal life has been the hardest thing that I've ever done. You know, digging myself out of the depths of despair and hell and addiction has been the hardest thing I've ever done. You know, and if we can do that, everything else is piece of cake.
Amen.
Goosebumps. Amen.
All right, we got Chrissy, Long Island. Aurora, Colorado's in the house.
Where? I've never met another one.
My daughter is Aurora.
I know. She's the only one.
Aurora, Colorado is in Colorado.
I don't see her up there.
No, it's Jessie is from Aurora, Colorado.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know that place existed. Wow. Wow.
She's a little slow, guys.
Wow. It's been a long couple of days. Sorry, guys. Fuck. Chrissy, help me out.
Hey guys, I'm Chrissy. I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Chrissy.
Belle, thanks so much for speaking and doing service. And I was able to relate a lot. You know, the one thing I was thinking about when you were sharing was just like I remember what happened and how it affected me when I was a young girl, and it completely took my self-worth away, you know, and that was the moment where I felt less. And that's where my journey of where I stopped loving myself, you know what I mean? And that just like grew and grew. And it's something that I still like, you know, I definitely struggle with today. And it's something that I've struggled with this whole year. You know, September 25th was my first year, not my first year, my year back from a relapse. And this year has been like the hardest year. Dude, I swear to God, I feel like this has been the hardest year of my life. You know, this is my second relapse and this was like the worst. And there's just something about like what happens, I believe, like when you relapse, it just gets lower and lower and lower. You know what I mean? And it's really, really hard to come back. And when I came back this time, like, dude, I didn't take the suggestions, and that's not like me. I was in so much pain, and I got with this guy. He relapsed. I was with him for 6 months on and off, smoking crack. He was sniffing dope, robbed me, cheated, like the whole nine, dude. And like, it just really stunted my growth, you know? And that's why I feel like, not because of him, but that situation really just affected my recovery this time, you know? And, you know, when I came into this meeting 2 weeks ago, I was an absolute mess. And like, I know I was texting like Shane the next day or whatever. Like I was feeling better, but I would love to say like things were just amazing right away, but like it's hard. Like I've shamed myself all year, dude, all year. And I shamed myself into like a severe depression that I'm slowly coming out of. I just started therapy last week, and like my son just started therapy yesterday, dude. And he actually really like loves it. Like I can't get my son into like sports, but I can get him into therapy. Like he's motivated to go talk to someone, and it's like crazy, you know? I'm like, ooh, I don't know, it's like good, but like it feels like I might have affected. I know he's not broken, he's affected, you know. I know I have like 10 seconds left, and I just want to say like real quick, like you guys helping me out 2 weeks with my son. Like I don't want to like say what it was, but like I wasn't lying when I texted you and I said like when I was able to go food shopping for my son, it was like Christmas Day for him. And he was like so happy. I was able to get him like all these snacks that I wasn't able to get him. And so you guys gave me hope then, and you still do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chrissy. We love you.
Yep.
Patrick, come here.
Hello, I'm Pat,
Hey,
alcoholic.
Pat. Hey, Pat.
How you doing? Thank you for a great share. I wasn't able to write my location because I'm driving right now. I'm in Long Island, New York, driving into the city for work.
What kind of work you do, brother?
I'm a stagehand, actually. I'm going to the
nice.
Metropolitan Opera House right now.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
man. That's a good night. You get to people watch.
No, not quite. It's the
No,
night
it
shift
isn't.
is
That's a hard ass job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh shit! So he's
Yeah.
backstage.
I
Yeah.
actually, you guys sent me a T-shirt for taking a shower cap picture.
Oh my God, yes.
Hey, bro,
That was amazing.
I owe you a hat. I owe you a hat.
Oh yeah, feel free, but don't worry about it. I
all right.
appreciate the shirt.
That's
I
awesome.
wore it on stage at the Global Citizens Festival, in front of 30,000 people. So
Is that a boy?
yeah, there you go.
Hell
Yeah, really quick, I just wanted to touch on how important what's her name, Val, I believe.
Bell.
Bell.
Yep.
Spoke about the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, because that's like something that totally terrified me, was not being able to have fun anymore.
Mm.
The truth.
Yeah.
I live just awesome group of guys. Today I drove 20 minutes in the other direction to get on a tailgating bus to go to a meeting with them. We take boats to meetings. We do all these just cool things just to spice up the monotony. And through that, we've built these friendships, and it's so important to have people in your corner that you can relate to outside of the meeting. And I just want to stress that if you're in Alcoholics Anonymous, I know this is not an AA meeting, but that's what I do. And you see somebody who, got their hood up and they're early in their recovery, just reach out, invite them to the diner, do those things, because I remember how scared I was walking into my first meeting, and now I have 50 friends that I can rely on, and we're in this together, and it's just been so important in my recovery. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for a great share, and thank you for a good meeting.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Pat.
I
Thank you,
love
Patrick. You know what I love about this meeting? Just want to say after you can speak whatever language you want to speak in here, whatever worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a 12-step program, if it was AA, NA, if it was
Whatever
Whatever it is.
doing that makes you
all are
happier
welcome.
and
So
healthier.
so yeah,
no-
you can speak AA in here if you want to speak AA in here. You're free. I love it.
Me too.
Coach.
I'm a 12-stepper.
Coach.
AA is for me.
Coach. Put me in, coach.
What's poppin'?
What's popping?
Poppin', brand new with this. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Okay, coach. Okay.
Sorry. I just want to say thanks for sharing. This meeting is the only meeting I'm able to make this week. Just because my clinicals, I'm rounding up the end of my physical therapy assistant school, and so
Nice.
clinicals out the butt right now. But it's crazy because you're the relation of not being able to have fun. Man, I'm having a blast. I'm hella exhausted. I'm so tired, but I'm having a blast. We were just making fun of people at work. We were making fun of each other today at work, and it's just they were making fun of me for being sober, but then they got real serious of oh my gosh, you're actually having fun and you don't have to drink. And it was an epiphany for them, and I was yeah, duh. But right, it took me forever to figure that out, because I was I don't want to be the boring one, and I appreciate this meeting a lot too, just because hope coming out on the other side. I appreciate you saying I'm going to stop here and I'm going to focus on that hope coming out on the other side, because right now I definitely need a lot of that hope, because I have a really, really close family member who unfortunately drank a little bit too much, and so she has a lot of complications, probably not going to make it throughout the end of the week, and I can't go visit her, unfortunately, because financial, but also military, sometimes they just don't let you go, and so I appreciate the hope and the positivity and just the share, just because it's when life happens, it fucking happens hardcore, and being sober through it, just taking it a day at a time has been what's helped me the most. And I appreciate the share of saying hope coming out on that other side, because it definitely does happen. Doesn't feel like it in the moment, but yeah, I just appreciate you sharing that hope. So thanks.
Amazing.
Bobby.
Wait, we can't hear you, Bobby.
Oh, sorry. I was dazing off. It's so nice out here.
It looks like. Where are you?
I'm in Hesperia, California, up in the desert.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we get really nice sunsets up here. So usually I come out here and this is where I do this meeting. But yeah, I really appreciate your share. You know, I was listening and I've been hitting a lot of meetings lately. You know, because fuck, if I don't need it, I was listening to that guy with 6 months. What was his name? Matt. You know, he said something that like, and I hope he's listening because I just took 5 years in July, and I was in jail. You know, on the way home from a rehab that I volunteer at every Monday night. You know, I was riding home on my Harley, and I was just, you know, I remember thinking like, because it was the last meeting and they were changing ownership, and I was like doing the same thing I'm doing right now, kind of like dazing off in the sunset type of deal, and I got lit up by the cops, and my alcoholic mind told me to take off. You know, so I took him on a 20-mile chase, and you know, I ended up crashing a bike that me and my son me and my 8-year-old son had just put together, and you know, it was like I remember like landing in jail and calling my sponsor, and he was like, "What the fuck, man?" And I thought, "I don't know," and he was like, "You know, I've been trying to tell you that you're even at 4.5 years, you're white knuckling your sobriety, man. You're like," and you know, my sister gave my life for my seat. You know, in 2021, I lost my sister, who was my best friend. You know, me and her got loaded together. We did everything together, and she's what inspired me to kick my ass into gear and start volunteering at that rehab that I went to. And you know, today I'm so grateful that, you know, because relapse is also a part of my story, that I got to make it back. You know, and because I share this all the time. It's probably every meeting I go to, and I will for the rest of my life, because, you know, like you were saying about your son-in-law, you know, it's just one of those things that connected. My sister's connected to me through every bad memory, every good memory. Like, that's just, she was my childhood. So like for me, this stuff's so important to me that it's life or death, and it's this fun. I'm bisexual though. You know, I go in either program. I do NA and AA. I'm a fan of both. I've actually worked steps in both. I've had sponsors in both. I miss sometimes hearing some of the old AA stuff. You know, like just sit down and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't know anything. And you know, I've started bringing that back where I'm at, because I think a lot of people need to hear that. You know, we've taken progress, not perfection. We've like contorted it to make it so that we don't do our steps like we should. And me personally, that's just where I think and how I think recovery is done. But, you know, that's all I got.
Love that.
Nice. Yeah, we gotten too soft, man. Too soft.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Jared.
What's up, guys? This is my first time at this meeting.
Heck yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I got an invite from Aliza. I don't know. Her name's Allie. That's how I know her by. We're in this other support group where we've got a bunch of individuals with like-mindedness, complete empathy and compassion for one another, because we're obviously all addicts, and it eventually led us to taking Kratom, which is sold legally at vendors and all over the places, and it became just as big of a problem as any drug I've taken in my life. Almost killed me.
Wow.
It's killed people, and it's put other people in seizures and all kinds of ramifications of taking that stuff. And one, I wanted to make people aware that it's sold legally from smoke shops and whatnot, but I want to make people aware that it leads you down a dark road, so be aware. And another thing that I wanted to bring people awareness to is Allie actually just shared her story tonight, and I can post the link to the website it's posted on, and there's a video of it. And if anybody's looking for hope from another share tonight, or just in the future want to check her story out, because she's in the local area of your guys' podcast, it's just an impactful and powerful story. And I just wanted to shout you out, Allie, for being vulnerable and sharing tonight. And also Val, wow, you've been through so much, and I just applaud you for being so damn courageous and being tough and stubborn and not giving up on yourself or life, and you empower a lot of people to, including myself. Well, I can speak for myself that life gets rough, but like we just can't like throw in the towel. We got to keep swinging, even when we're backed in the corner. We got to fight our way out, and you're a true example of that, and you inspire me to stay sober. So I appreciate you.
Awesome. You can post that link.
Yeah,
in
put that link
chat.
in the chat for everybody.
Definitely will.
Thank you, and thanks for coming tonight. Welcome.
I feel like she might have her hand raised.
Allie?
Yeah. There's a yeah. We're gonna go to Luke. Luke D.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. I am Luke, recovering alcoholic and addict. I got here from the 3A group, so shout out to
Shout out 3A.
Proud of myself for slowly but surely allowing myself into that more and more and sharing a little bit more in here and there, and it feels good. Today is 909 days alcohol free for me.
Hell
yeah.
I'm proud of. Sunday will be 2.5 years for me.
Amazing.
I'm excited to be going to San Francisco this weekend for Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival. I'm going to celebrate with my good friend there that just hit 4 years, so it's a fun trip for us. And then today I actually hit 9 months cocaine free.
Wow.
Which is a great feeling for sure. Alcohol was definitely my biggest drug of choice. I'm going to read a little bit of notes here just so you know, because I have bad ADHD and I can get scatterbrained. But I had a bad problem with cocaine as well, off and on. When I quit drinking, I wasn't really too worried about struggling with the other. For me, the booze was the gateway drug for sure, and I rarely used cocaine without it. I was pretty comfortable with that for a while and just dabbling here and there. But then I got to a point towards the end of last year where it was hard for me to turn cocaine down if it was offered to me. And I was feeling shameful the next day about it. I was just watching another podcast the other day. Somebody was saying something about how, like, when you feel shameful about something, that's when you really need to address it. That makes a lot of sense to me for sure. And so I realized then when I was feeling shameful that there was something wrong. They needed to address it, so I started 2024 off right without it. It feels great. I called my mom today and told her about my cocaine problem that I hadn't told her about before, and it feels, just fantastic getting off my chest. I did great my first year being alcohol free, and then the following year and a half, I kind of struggled through it because I wasn't fully in like a recovery program, anything like that. 3A is definitely helping me. Therapy is definitely helping me, and then meditation as well. Like the meditation thing, especially for me with ADHD, has just been huge. So highly recommend that to anyone that hasn't tried it. The life's just getting better and better at this point. I was a bar manager forever, bartender. I've gotten away from that, do other things in the event industry now. Instead, not this weekend, but next, here in Vail, Colorado, where I live, we're going to be doing a festival called Free Fall Bluegrass Festival that I'm really excited about, where I get to be the stage manager and MC for, which is exciting, as well as the late night stage manager. I got to do that because I'm sober. My buddy got kicked off it because he was drinking. Thank you all very much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aliza Zandsberg. Did I say it right?
Eliza, yes. It's my Hebrew Jewish name. Nobody calls me that except for like my Israeli cousins. It just sounds professional when I have Zoom meetings. But it is Allie. Everybody calls me Allie. Hi, I'm Allie. I'm from California. Thank you so much for your story. I actually lost my first like real boyfriend at 16 to a drunk driver as well. And it really like shaped a lot of my life too. I didn't know it when I was younger. Like maybe I did, but like I didn't understand it. And my first OD ever, I was in a non-responsive coma and I was on a Narcan drip. And I saw him as an adult. Like I didn't have a God relationship at this point in my life. I had a lot of kid trauma and I hated God and blamed him. And so this guy, Kevin, came to me as an adult and was like, you have to go back. And I was like, dude, look at me. Like, I OD'd. Like, why would I go back to this shit? Like, I'm doing very good. Like, I want to be with you. And he was crazy because he was an adult. And, like, now looking back, like, that was my first real God experience. I just didn't know that until I came to recovery and worked 12 steps and, like, healed. It took a very long time for me to have a relationship with God again. And Jared just completely blew my spot up. But yes, I did share my story tonight in my home group. And I struggle with this. I have like almost 5 years off of fentanyl and meth, but I did find kratom, and like I found it through a doctor. I was 3 months off of fentanyl and meth, and I didn't have health insurance at the time, and I was in North Carolina. And I went to a doctor, and I've struggled with mental health a lot in my childhood and addiction and just a lot of things. And he was like, go to the smoke shop and buy this stuff. It's like this green superfood stuff. Like it will be like great. It'll fix you. You won't have to take an antidepressant. And like I'm an addict. I should have known. I should have done research. And as soon as I took it, like I can honestly say that it was like an opiate. Like it like numbed all the things. And it like when I found opiates, it was like the cure all, you know, like it was like I found what I've been missing. That was it for me with opiates. And when I took kratom, like it numbed all the craziness from like the meth withdrawals and all the stuff. And like I was a stylist at a salon, and I could do hair great again, and I could be me. But like I knew, like there's nothing that like is that healthy, you know, that makes you feel like that. Come on. And I knew, but like I didn't want to see it, and it took me down. Like what fentanyl took me down, really. Like I had a miscarriage because of it. I lost my recovery. I lost everything. And I currently have 6 months.
Nice.
I went skydiving this last weekend for my 31st birthday, and I am truly living my best life. I got to share my story in my home group today, which was like nerve-wracking, but incredible. And like I'm helping people again. I'm helping myself, which I never thought I'd be able to do. And I found you guys, and I invited a couple of my friends from my home group here because you guys really helped me with my early recovery. Like 3 months in, I was a dry drunk still. I wasn't working a program, and I lost my grandfather. And I had to fly home to Jersey and be there for my family. And I was sober, but like I was not there. And I got COVID on the way back, and I kept telling my partner I was going to relapse. Like I was like, I'm done. I'm freaking done. Like I feel like I'm going through withdrawals again. Life sucks. And God brought me to my knees. He did. Like I had 104 fever, and I needed that because like it broke me. And I found my home group that I'm a part of now, and I found you guys, and I listened to all the podcasts. But like I was still so broken and such a shell of a person. And like I can honestly say today that I'm living my best life, and I am in love with my boyfriend again, and I am a great mom to my kids. And like I help take care of my boyfriend's parents who like have health needs. I'm there for my parents. Like I'm really proud of myself and the woman I've become. And it like only happened in 3 months, truthfully. Like,
Wow.
and I truly thought I was going to die on this shit. So like, I just love you guys. I'll be quiet now. Thank you so much.
Good for you.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
That's amazing.
Joe B.
Yo.
What's
what
going
up?
on?
Bro, you guys want to hear how crazy my brain is?
Yeah.
All right, so Joe, I'm an alcoholic, right? I'm a longshoreman, unions on strike, down on my luck, just like the song. I did 18 hours on strike, right? And I'm there with 1,000 people, and they don't really know this version of me. They know the maniac version of me. And I'm doing my best to just not let them get to me. And, you know, I'm doing a pretty good job. But my mind is still all over the place. I come home, and I'm like, wow, my mind is racing. I'm replaying some of the things, maybe some of the remarks and stuff like that, coming to terms that I'm actually kind of sensitive. And it's hard to just remove these crazy thoughts. And then I open up my phone, and I see the Hopeaholics icon with Natalie's pink hair. And it was like looking at a McDonald's at 2 a.m. drunk. I was so happy. I'm like, thank you so much. I forgot about the meeting today. Then I jump on the meeting, and I didn't hear you speak. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you had a great message. And I jump on the meeting, and I'm ready to tell this part of the story, and it's time to raise hands, and I'm ready to go. And I'm like, yo, they didn't call me. And I look, and I'm like, shit, I didn't even raise my hand in here. So like I'm bugging out, and then it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, should I even do this? Like, that's how crazy my brain is. Going through all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I got through all of this sober. It wasn't bad. I handled it well. I'm grateful for it. I did not work a program the last 18 hours. I went straight to the pier, 11 p.m., didn't pray. I didn't do none of that. And it definitely took its toll on me today, you know? So I'm glad I was home and I got to just unwind while everyone's either out drinking, partying. I can't do that. And I'm okay with that. I don't even want to do that because I'll pull up to the pier blasting Bon Jovi with who knows the characters hanging out of my window. So I couldn't do that. And I really needed a minute, and God gave it to me. Now, some people, you know, over here by me, they ask, is it odd or is it God? I like to think it's God. Now, some people don't understand that. Oh, you just opened up your Instagram app. Yeah, but if you ask God sometimes for courage, does he give you courage or does he give you an opportunity to be courageous? You know, if you ask God to remove these thoughts, I have a TV, I have a phone, I could have did a million other things, but I see the Hopeaholics icon, that pink hair that just looks like a Jolly Rancher from here. It's awesome. And, you know, that's what I chose. That's the action I chose because that's what I need to remove these thoughts, not a drink or a drug that I could so easily go back to. I may not wake up tomorrow. Yeah. So I just wanted you guys to know that, like, you know, this is, as Chad said, I got to treat this every day, but it's treatable. I'm going to go to sleep tonight happy. And so I just want to share that.
Yeah, bro. It's a successful day, man.
It
you
is.
know, regardless of what happened, it's a successful day today.
Joe loves us,
and it's a win,
we
Joe.
Love Joe,
because you got your
Joe. I'm a little concerned though. Did you guys all go on strike?
Yeah.
Do I need to go to the store and buy a bunch of toilet paper?
Probably not toilet paper, but in about a week, get gas and get the essentials. I mean, toilet paper is an essential.
I was just making a joke because of COVID, but no, I know it's like it isn't like a big deal if you guys are on strike, dude.
They want to remove us completely.
Yeah, automation. I read your thing.
Yeah.
They want to replace automate. We'll lose our pension and all that stuff.
Oh my God.
It's pretty big. It's out of my control. Life on life terms, right?
That's right.
I don't want to make it worse, so I need to remember who I am and what I'm about, and let everyone else take the wheel, not me. I can't do it.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm trying. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Thanks, Joe. Alyssa.
Hi, my name's Alyssa. I'm an addict.
Hi,
I'm from South. Hi, I'm from South Philly. I heard about this group from my sponsor. She runs 3A, so I wanted to check it out. Shit ton of people from 3A rave about it. I appreciate your service. I'm just trying to hold myself accountable because I have a lot of things happening now that involve drugs and alcohol and shit. I'm working crazy festivals, and then my sister's wedding's coming up. The last festival I ran, I had really bad falls after, and I didn't realize you can get withdrawal as hard as you did being sober. It hit me hard. So I've been trying to hit a meeting every single day up until these events and probably after, just to make sure I'm keeping myself accountable and linking in with people. This is my first time being here. So I really do appreciate everyone that's here. Getting a lot out of the shares, but I just honestly wanted to just pop in, say thank you, and just hold myself accountable.
That's what it's all about.
Awesome.
I love that.
Thank you so much.
And shout out to your sponsor for recommending this meeting. We really appreciate all the love that we get from 3A.
Yeah.
Big time.
I also want to say that I was in Philly this morning.
Oh, you were?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah. Natalie and
I had a Philly I had a Philly sandwich for lunch.
I ate a Philly cheesesteak last night. That's what I had. I'd never had a Philly cheesesteak ever in my life.
Good.
And I went to this place called Cleaver's, and got a Philly cheesesteak.
Go to Itchka Bibbles on South Street.
Well, there's those little biker gangs now in Philly, so you don't want to go too far away from your hotel room.
Yeah, right?
One of the guys that we met with literally got surrounded by a bicycle gang, and he had to run back to his hotel.
Really?
Yeah, it's a crazy story. It's not a guy you would think would be running back to his. He was in a suit and everything.
And it sounds funny, but it's super scary. He was clearly worried.
Yeah, he was. I was like kind of laughing when he said the story because he got away safe. But like, that's just my sick,
They
twisted.
just do it to like fuck with everyone. Like they take over Center City. It's wild. Like they'll just, and the cops can't do anything because there's hundreds of them. So they'll just like go around and like they'll make it like a freaking NASCAR circle around there.
That's crazy.
Hit up your South Philly people. Like put that you're in South Philly, and you will see how many guys come to your defense. I got you.
All
I'll
right.
my brother and my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do that next time.
Next
for
time
sure.
we're there, we'll let you know as well.
Jesse, close us out.
Close us out, buddy.
Before too, I see in the chat about 3A. Anybody that has the 3A schedule, if you put it in the chat for everybody, that would be awesome. I'm pretty sure Joel has it probably. Probably. So that way, everybody can grab a meeting because I know 3A does it all throughout the week, except lucky for us, not on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Jesse.
He said, I'm trying let my other account in the What does that mean?
Let whoever else in.
Is there somebody?
Like his other one. Yeah.
Oh, he has two
Chuck
accounts.
has to say accept him. So
He's in. I'm just trying to get him to unmute that second account.
Is Jesse unmuted?
Jesse,
you're up.
You're up, buddy.
Yep, my bad. Hey, Jesse, alcoholic addict. I just want to say I love your guys' podcast. This is my first time here.
Welcome.
I'm a Hopeaholic. I found your guys' podcast and I've been listening like every chance I get. And I just wanted to get on and share a little bit about where I'm at. So I just recently finished I'm on my 7th step. Went and met with my sponsor and read a little bit. But this is my first time that I've actually gotten through a 4th and 5th. And it's been amazing. I don't even really know what happened. Getting through this 5th step was like, it wasn't this all overwhelming feeling all at once, but I do know that like the week following after doing my 5th, I found myself crying like every other day. And like someone else shared, being a guy, that's hard to do. It's hard to do. Every time I find myself wanting to cry, it's like I push it down. Just like, I don't know, weird habit, I guess, something to do with being a guy. But after I did my 5th, like just the waterworks, just floodgates opened. And I've been feeling really amazing, but I also have to hold myself accountable and actually go to meetings. That's why I'm really glad that I found your guys' podcast and found this meeting, because it's helped a lot. My story has a lot of gray areas where it's like I get my shit together and my life is going good, so I stopped doing what I need to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped going to meetings and stopped talking to my sponsor, and then shit, like my life is still going good, but mentally I'm messed up. And I've shared this at a few meetings, but for me, it's not really a drug or a drink that worries me anymore. I'm at a weird spot in my sobriety where it's like I start thinking about suicide when I don't do what needs to be done, which is absolutely insane for me. Like I have everything that I've worked for and everything that I've ever wanted, and I find myself thinking about suicide when I'm not doing what needs to be done. And it's a scary place to be. It's very scary. And luckily I have amazing people in my life, mostly my wife, that notices it, and she's like, get your ass to a meeting. And sometimes that's not what I want to hear, but I know that that's what I need. And it's all the little things that I let go, and it always starts with letting go of prayer. As soon as I start letting go of that, that's like the first red flag that that I need to pay attention to. But I thought I had a lot more to say. I mean, I think that's all I got. I thank you guys so much for doing what you're doing. I've been listening a lot. That's all I got.
Thanks, brother.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Jesse.
I loved that you're here. I love that you shared tonight because I think a lot of people can relate to what you said. One, I have to give a huge shout out to all the men in this group because it is really important for you guys to feel able to be as open and honest and vulnerable in these types of meetings. It's important. And also I related a lot because the suicide, what we have is like a spiritual malady, and when things are going good is all of the things that were suggested and worked out I tend to all of a sudden stop doing, and then 2 seconds later that's when I want to all of a sudden blow my brains out, which is insane to me as well. So but the positive is that we know the solution. The solution is do the shit that works, which is showing up to a meeting, you sharing tonight where you're at, you calling your sponsor, you being a part of, you hitting your knees and you doing your prayers and things, whatever works for people. But it's important because our disease doesn't take any days off. So we have to constantly make sure that we're staying on top of it so that we can be fully mind, body, and soul all together. So I loved your share.
Awesome, guys. Guess what time it is? Guess what time it is? It's time for everybody to turn their cameras on. Because we are the only meeting, you guys, that does this. So I want to see everybody's pretty face live on their camera. None of the people are.
They hate dancing.
No, they.
Wait, hold on. Wait. We have a burning desire.
Oh, we do.
Evan, let's go.
What do you mean a burning desire?
Wants to share real quick.
Where do you see that?
Right there. Is it too late to share real quick?
Luke, you were
Hey,
fine,
everybody.
bro.
Evan, alcoholic.
Evan.
There you are.
What's going on, guys?
Where is
Sorry
he?
for the late
Oh, there he is.
jump in. Currently dealing with trying to help a friend in this moment, actually. She was just dropped back off at the treatment center that we went to. She got dropped off and is not willing to go. Flipping out, got kicked out instantly. This has literally been happening since this meeting started. And the only thing keeping me calm and sane is just hearing you guys in the background and people's shares. And I just want to, say thank you to everybody that did share, and it's really helped me a lot. And it's kind of funny, like every Tuesday, it seems like it's like I love joining these meetings, and it seems like every Tuesday is something weird about Tuesday. I don't know. It's like it seems like the day that like I need this meeting the most because something's going on, and it's like I know it's not my job. I'm not qualified to be saving anybody, but I can't not answer my phone every time it rings, and I'm just trying to help out, and it's like she can't help herself. She's begging for someone to come get her, but that's not going to help her. And so I just want to say thank you again to everybody that shared, because it's it just kept me grounded and reminded me like we're all in this together, but also it's like it's about what we do alone, and how we face what's going on right in front of us and how we deal with it. And it just really helped me. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
That's tough.
Yeah, you're gonna be in our prayers tonight.
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Yeah. Please, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get those
Are we gonna
cameras on.
dance?
We're
Yes.
gonna, oh yeah, we're dancing.
We never not.
We're the only medium that dances
I'm
out.
gonna stand
Come
up
on.
and dance.
Huh?
I mean,
All
I
right.
don't know about all that.
All right, go ahead,
I'm gonna
Shane.
shake my booty.
No.
All right, yeah.
I
Ew.
won't.
It's
Oh,
fine.
We knew. Let's
Ew.
do about that.
All right, guys.
Oh, you know what?
everybody-
That
Yeah.
was
Exactly. Thank you.
That was better.
Everybody, hands up in the air. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're waiting. We're
I
waiting.
know.
We got our hands. There it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm feeling it. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I mean, how cool
God.
is that?
I love you, God.
Grant me serenity
to
to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
We love you guys.
Thanks,
and thank
Lou.
you so
See
much
you guys
for a
later.
great lead.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Joelle, for the time.
I wanted to see Shane.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.
No, no one wants to see that. You need to do that on the subscription site.
Yeah, we have a